Hi, everybody. This is Mary Nunley with the Create, Engage, Succeed show. And today I am so excited to bring Jun Woo as our special guest. So I will let him do his own introduction, but I just wanted to share a little bit. Jun reached out to me, a few months ago because he has this cool course on Udemy about YouTube ads. And he's like, would you be willing to write me a review if I let you go through the course? And I'm like, I would love to, because I don't know anything about YouTube ads. And that turned into a like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I understand. And his personality was so amazing. And I'm just like, okay, this is my kind of person. We have to connect. So since then, we've been chatting back and forth. And I'm like, I need to share you with my world. So take it away and tell people how awesome you are.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Well, hello and welcome. I am June, and today we are going to talk about marketing and advertising your business with paid ads, specifically with YouTube ads. So I only have 30 minutes today, so we're going to jump right into it. I really appreciate everyone for taking their time out of their busy schedule. So we're going to have fun today, okay?
All right.
So we're going to talk about three topics today: organic traffic versus paid traffic, Facebook ads versus YouTube ads, and why YouTube ads is perfect for beginning entrepreneurs who just started their business or business who is trying to grow. So if you have any questions during the presentation, just please write them down and I will try to answer them at the end. So let me start by sharing 60 seconds of my past 15 plus years helping different brands market and advertise their businesses. As you can see, I worked with Target to promote their sweaters during the holiday season, working with Zoom to promote their service on social media. And it's actually funny that we're talking about Zoom right now because we're using Zoom. So you know marketing, that their marketing is working. I also helped Apple to promote their tech services internationally. I'm helping virtual reality businesses to thrive during the pandemic, and was even invited to Puerto Rico to create ads for the Bacardi rum brand to encourage people to buy alcohol during the global quarantine.
Oh, wow. How do I get that job?
So why am I telling you this? Well, through my experience working with brands, big brands, small brands with large budgets, small budgets, marketing and advertising for them, I can sum up the success of a business down to this one simple strategy. Every business needs traffic or it's dead. If you don't have a constant supply of visitors, followers, or customers, I hate to tell you this, but you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but business is just so cutthroat, right? I mean, it's so black and white. If you don't have constant traffic, it's just your passion project or a hobby. It's not a business. So some of my students tell me that they are overwhelmed trying to start a new business, run a business, and they have so many things on their plate and they're so overwhelmed and they don't know what should they be working on. In which I like to respond with, are you sure you are spending your time wisely? Because if you are an entrepreneur, you are always, and I do mean always, doing one of two things. You're either growing your organic traffic or you're paying for traffic. So you're either posting things on social media or paying for ads. So for example, for organic traffic, you're posting things on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You're writing blogs on your website, you're posting on that, you're sharing it with everyone. You're doing collaborations, you're doing guest speaking, which is what I'm doing right now. So, so that is organic traffic versus paid traffic. Paid traffic is pretty simple. It's only mainly two things. It's running Facebook ads or YouTube ads. And YouTube ads is a small section of Google ads. So it's pretty much Facebook or YouTube. Now, this is something that no social media coach or guru wants to admit to you. And that is, no matter how good your products or service is, or how creative you are, organic traffic is slow. I mean, yeah, it is free, but especially when you're starting out, it is extremely slow. It's like riding a bicycle. Even if you can get lots of likes, comments, and shares on your social media posts, It takes a while, for followers to turn into customers, if at all. I mean, you have experience with your own social media accounts, right? It is just really slow to grow. That's why people spend so much of their time on social media, creating so much content to try to get attention, trying to build a community, try to gather enough social proof to prove that they are a legitimate business. And all of that takes so much time and energy. But I mean, hey, it's free. So why not start there, right? On the other side, you have paid traffic. Okay, who likes Ferraris? Unfortunately, lots of people are really afraid of paid traffic because they are afraid to pay money out of pocket to run ads. I mean, and that's understandable. But if they only knew how powerful paid traffic is and how to run ads correctly, their business can change overnight. And I'm not BSing you, okay? Because paid traffic allows you to instantly get your business in front of your ideal customers. Instantly know if people actually want what you're selling. You can be posting on social media for weeks, months, and even years before you realize that, you know what? Nobody really cares. But with paid ads, you'll know instantly. And if people do care about your product or service, you will instantly make money. So it really comes down to this. You are always trading time or money. And you actually need to do both to grow your business. You need to both organic traffic and paid traffic. So the question we're trying to answer today is, should you spend more time paddling or spend more time riding?
Got a quick question, and it looks like
Sure.
you might be going for it. They're coming in through my DMs, and one of the question is, how much money should they spend on ads?
Okay, can we leave that towards the end?
We
Because
certainly can.
yes, because as you go, as you listen to the presentation, you'll see how it develops.
Yes, I will save all their questions for the end. So for those of you that have questions, we will answer them at the end of the presentation.
Okay, so because time is money, as a growing entrepreneur, I want you to set a benchmark, a goal for yourself, and that is to make at least $3,000 per month. Now, some of you may think that's too little, and that's fine. But when you're starting out, 3K is about the average money a successful entrepreneur is making per month starting out. By the way, that 3K is exciting enough on autopilot. That means your social media and organic traffic is constantly bringing in new leads and turning those leads into customers automatically. And your paid traffic, when running, is also bringing in leads and turning them into customers automatically. So if we already know our goal is 3K per month, here is the question of the day. Which vehicle will get you to that goal as soon as possible? Just by the process of elimination, I think you will agree with me that relying on organic traffic, relying on the bicycle is out of the question, right? I mean, even if you're really good at social media, it's just too slow. So then the question really comes down to, should you take the blue car or the red car? Now, anyone here likes the Matrix movies? It's like me asking you, should you take the blue pill or the red pill? Should you be running Facebook ads or YouTube ads? They are both fast and efficient cars. But if you are just starting out and you never ran any ads in the past, or you ran ads but didn't get a good result, which platform should you focus on in the beginning? Which platform is more forgiving and least expensive? Well, in order to answer that question, we first have to talk about why people are on Facebook and why people are on YouTube in the first place, right? Okay, this next part is one of my favorite things to talk about, because once you really understand the purpose of each platform, everything that you do in terms of marketing and advertising and promoting yourself and your products becomes so effective. So what is Facebook exactly? Well, Facebook is a community club. Every time you log on, you want to think about, why are you opening up your phone and why are you logging on to Facebook? you are logging onto Facebook to see what your friends and family are up to. That's the reason why. So the keyword when you're thinking about Facebook is interest. Now, why do you log on to YouTube? You will find out that more often than not, you are on YouTube because you are searching for something. And that is why YouTube is a community library, a library filled with millions and millions of videos, which are like books. So people are on YouTube expecting to learn something and to be entertained in the process. So that means the keyword when you're thinking about YouTube is intent. And here is the answer to our question right there. What is the difference between running Facebook ads versus YouTube ads? The strength of Facebook ads is interest targeting, and the strength of YouTube ads is intent targeting. Does this make any sense?
Because definitely, yes. It's like, even though I've done your class, I'm like, I have to hear it another time. It's just like this real aha moment.
Cool. Yeah, it's this aha. It's like, wow, now that you know the purpose and the strength, let's do something about it. Let's promote a product. So, I'm always thinking of different ways to make things fun. So let's do some role play, right? Shall we? Okay, sure. So who is excited to do some role play?
Yes. We got, yes.
Okay, I want you to pretend that you are selling baby shoes. Really cute Nike baby shoes. So now, how would you go about doing it? What would you do if you were running Facebook ads? What about YouTube ads? How would you find and target your ideal customers now that you know the difference of the two platforms?
Oh, so if I was doing Facebook ads, I would probably go after like new parent groups.
Exactly. Right. The interest. So we already know the strength of Facebook.
Okay.
Interest targeting. And it is not a coincidence that this page is so full of things here and there, right? Because to target your ideal customers who is interested in baby shoes, we will have to find people who likes baby pages on Facebook, number one. Then second, we need to find people who are in baby groups. Then we need to find people who follow influencers about babies. And then people with new life events, such as they either recently got pregnant or is about to give birth. And then we need to find people who liked parenthood content on Facebook. So you can see the research process when you run Facebook ads is quite involved, right? I mean, you really have to know and understand the interest of your customers and then run ads to them based on their interest. Okay, that's Facebook ads. But what about YouTube ads? Well, to find your ideal customers who want to buy baby shoes using YouTube ads, we simply target anyone who is going onto Google and typing in the keywords best baby shoes 2021. And that's it. I mean, obviously, okay. Obviously, it's a little bit more involved than that. But you at least understand the basic principle, right? You want to target people who are actively searching for baby shoes because these people have intent. They want it and is almost ready to buy. Then you simply run YouTube ads to people who are searching for that very keyword. You can think of it from the point of view of the customer. If you type that into Google or onto YouTube and you type that phrasing, best baby shoes 2021, you are definitely interested in buying baby shoes for your baby, right? I mean, it's possible that you're typing this keyword just for fun, or you have a weird fetish for baby shoes. But if you're typing that in, you have intent. I mean, you are looking to buy. So you see how targeted YouTube ads are? And it's really exciting, learning about all this, right? Because you can really start to imagine the possibilities, how you would run ads differently on these platforms, how you would drive the car differently. Oh, by the way, as we're learning about these platforms, I want you to be careful whenever you hear someone claim that Facebook ads is always the best or YouTube ads is always better. No, that is being really short-sighted. Each has its own strength and weaknesses. Each is a different tool. So now, after hearing about the difference in platforms, why do I suggest that YouTube ads is a better tool for beginners? Well, when you compare it to Facebook ads really requires a deep understanding of your customer and their interest. You really need to know your customer like the back of your hand, know what influencers they follow, know what Facebook pages they like, what communities they are part of, what they are essentially interested in. So running Facebook ads is like stick shift driving for the first time. Running YouTube ads, however, requires you to know what your customer is searching for. Obviously, I mean, as you become better and better marketing your products and service, you get to know your customers more and you understand your customers more. But in the beginning, knowing what your customer is searching for and what they're typing in on YouTube and Google is really all that you need. And it doesn't require nearly as much work and experience. So you can think of running YouTube ads is like automatic driving. So as exciting as it is to talk about all this, up to now, we have barely scratched the surface, right? Especially when we talk about two huge platforms, we really barely scratched the surface. But just to show you and prove to you why YouTube ads are perfect for beginners starting their business or growing their business, I want to give you some more examples so you can really imagine the possibilities. So even though now I run both Facebook ads and YouTube ads for my business and my clients, when I got started years ago, I started with YouTube ads because of this one simple perk. You only pay if someone watches your ad for more than 30 seconds or clicks on it. Now, I want to let it sink in for a little bit, because if you are on YouTube and you're watching a video and suddenly this ad comes out and you see that skip ad button, you skip it. And you're like, oh, I don't want to see this ad, you skip it. Do you know what the advertisers are thinking? Awesome. Skip my ad. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my ad spend. Now, do you see this is such a game changer for anyone who wants to start running ads? Because if a person sees your ad and don't like it, skip it before 30 seconds, you don't pay for the ad. You don't pay for impressions. You only pay for views. This means if your ad is good, it will filter out anyone who is not sincerely interested in what you're selling, and you save tons of money when you're starting out. Now, some of you may have run ads before and are familiar with the Google Ads platform. And you may be thinking, June, why are you specifically talking only about YouTube ads? I mean, why not talk about Google ads in general? I mean, Google ads is Facebook ads competitor, right? So why aren't you talking about Google ads in general? Well, here's one of the reasons why. If you search for baby shoes on Google, the first thing that you see is usually an ad. You see here, these are all ads. And all of them are ads, and it's actually quite expensive to run these ads. Just prior to this presentation, I actually went on to Google Keyword Planner and did all the research. And I actually did research and found out that to run these ads at the top of Google searches, you need to pay around $1.43 per click. And that's just for baby shoes. And that's just for that market. So if you were selling anything else that was competitive, like losing weight or getting fit or being healthy or relationship building, those keywords are extremely expensive. To be ranked at the top of Google, you'll be paying a fortune per click. However, if you ran YouTube ads, you can target the same keywords, target people who are engaged, equally as engaged and active, and pay for only about 10 cents per view, which is the average cost of YouTube ads. It's about 10 cents, give or take, which if you have been doing advertising for a while, you know that 10 cents per view is extremely cheap. And another awesome feature of YouTube ads is their placement targeting. Remember, YouTube is like a library, right? So if someone typed in best baby shoes 2021, They will see a list of popular videos like you see here. Now, you know what's cool? And this is something that you can't do with Facebook ads. You can place your ad, your YouTube ad, right in front of these videos. And that's why I like to call this laser targeting, because people watching these videos have strong intent in the subject matter. And it's that word intent again for YouTube. If you're selling baby shoes, being able to put your ad in front of these videos is like influencer marketing. It's like, paying an influencer to shout you out. These influencers, by the way, took their precious time, energy, and money to create a channel, to create popular content. And they basically gathered all these viewers who are interested in that topic for that one video, all in one place. And really, all you need to do is to come along, tap into this audience, and run your ad to this targeted audience. And it's just so exciting, right? So I hope by now you are starting to see why I'm so excited about YouTube advertising, because time is money. And I really can't repeat that enough. You are always either trading your time for free and slow traffic or paying for fast and targeted traffic. And please don't forget our goal, right? We always need a goal to start off with. And our goal of at least $3,000 per month on autopilot. So are you starting to see how, if you compare the bicycle to the blue car to the red car, you're starting to see how if you were experimenting with paid ads as a beginner, you never ran ads before, you have a higher chance of succeeding and reaching your goal if you were driving the red car? So if you're thinking yes, then that's great. However, I do have to warn you about something. Would you agree with me that just because you have the keys to a Ferrari, you may not know how to drive it? Or you may not know how to drive it efficiently so that you are not paying like a fortune for gasoline, or in our case, ad spend. And that is the awful truth, because everyone knew, because if everyone knew how to run YouTube ads correctly, everyone would be doing it, right? And the truth is, many people know how great YouTube ads is. You can go onto YouTube right now and search for how to run YouTube ads, and you get tutorials and tutorials out of it. But if you really look closely, many people know how great it is, but they're not able to take advantage of it. Why? Because if they never ran ads before, if somebody never ran ads before, they need to first learn the simple math of how to put in $1 and get $2 out. Then they need to become familiar with the Google Ads dashboard and learn how to navigate around it. Then they also need to learn how to do research effectively so that they target the right people. Then they can create short but effective ads that get viewers to click. Then after that, they need to create a landing page that actually converts. And finally, they need to learn how to set up their ad campaigns correctly so that each dollar is not wasted. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your journey in a nutshell. And that is your Ferrari user manual. So if you're interested in taking this journey with me and growing your business today, I have a very special offer for you. After spending thousands of dollars in courses, mentorships, and years teaching this high income skill to my clients, I have recently created this first ever easy YouTube Ads Academy. And you already know my teaching style. I like to keep things fun. I like to keep things simple. And that's why I concentrated all 15 plus years of my marketing and advertising experience into this one intensive course. It will show you step by step how to run YouTube ads the easy way. Hence the name, Easy YouTube Ads. So in addition to giving you everything you need to run YouTube ads successfully, I have also taken the time to collect the best ads on YouTube right now that is getting tons of views, getting tons of conversions. And I basically included in my course and created worksheets and copy and paste templates so that you can model, script, and create your winning ads in a few minutes. But the best part of my course, I think you'll agree, is that I offer support to my students. I mean, I actually care about this. I care not only about the subject matter, but I care about my students. So if you join my academy, you will be invited to my private Facebook group where you can ask any questions, and I and my community members will help you. So this is the reason why access to my high ticket academy is very limited. It's also limited because of this insane price, which is only available to Mary's audience today. I really only have a limited amount of time each day to help my students. So if you're at all interested in learning about YouTube ads and using it to grow your business today, please enroll my academy today and I'll help you. But I do have to say that once I get enough enrollments, I do have to shut down this the enrollment, or at least increase the price tremendously, because I just can't help everyone. So you can do that by visiting the website, www.runadseasy.com. And if you have any questions, you can also visit the website and contact me over there. Okay, with that said, I wanted to thank you for your time. And Mary, do we have any time for questions? Or
we do have some time for questions, and they have been coming into me via DMs and also by text messaging. So I think that it's interesting that my friends are watching the video later and messaging me with their questions. So first of all, I do want to say that having been through the course, it is definitely worth it, because I knew nothing about YouTube ads, but I am a constant learner. So it's like, yeah, let me check it out. So with that being said, first question is, do you have to have a YouTube channel to run YouTube ads?
The answer is yes. You do have to have a YouTube channel to run YouTube ads, because you need to upload your ad onto YouTube and connect that with Google Ads. So that being said, you do not need to be an influencer on YouTube. You don't need even one subscriber. In fact, in my course, I teach you that you should create a brand new channel with no subscribers at all, just to run ads.
Okay, well, and I knew that from the course, but I wanted to make sure we answered the question for folks, and it's better coming from you than from me. So that is great. So the other question is, well, there's two more questions. First of all, looking at your course, and I think these people who sent me the question are going to be excited to purchase the course and work with you, is several people work within that mindset relationship realm. And trying to find clients when that's what you're working on is really hard, because it's such a competitive market. So is there a trick or some words that work better if they're trying to promote their products or their offerings on YouTube?
So they're trying to, are they trying to sell products or services that's relating to the relationship? Like what kind of relationship?
So like workshops, for example, or coaching sessions, retreats that are around the concept of either building better relationships, improving your relationships.
Okay. In that case, my advice is really do your research. Because one of the biggest mistakes when people are running YouTube ads is they already have a product. They create the ad for it because they're so proud of the product, and they have a right to be. I mean, it's their baby, right? So they create the ad and then they go outside and do the research where they can put the ad, where they can target. And that is completely opposite. If you really want your ad to shine and to succeed, you want to do the research first. You want to go onto things like Google Keyword Planner, Google's Trends, and typing those specific keywords that you know people are searching for. So once you know that keyword, you basically say that in your ad. You see how powerful that is? Because once you know what people are searching for, exactly the keyword they're searching for, and you say that in your ad, and you target those people searching for those keywords, you see how targeted it is? So anyone who sees your ad will be like, whoa, this person is talking about exactly what I want to learn. And they will not feel like it's an ad. They feel like, wow, this person is talking directly to me. I need to hear that person more. And then that's when they click your link. And then when they get to the website, and if your website is simple, they will opt in. You'll have like at least 50% opt in if you know what you're doing.
Well, and that's the next question that came up is, you talked about the templates and you talked about some of the material that's provided in your course, the Facebook group. The concern is from one of our listeners, if I'm using a template, doesn't that mean that everybody else who took the course is using the same template? How am I going to stand out?
Oh, sure. The template is always, I use templates to get the ball rolling, because as a copywriter and trying to write your sales message, you have all these ideas in your mind, right? But to take those ideas and pull it out of your brain and then put it onto paper, that's one step. And to make it flow, that's another step. So that process, it takes a while. So my templates are basically like it's a template. It gets the ball rolling. It makes you understand the concept of copywriting. If you have never did copywriting before, where it's talking about the benefits and then talk about, the scarcity and using all these different little strategies that are placed into the copywriting, where when you're writing, you're seeing, oh, I see that this is the part where I should be talking about the benefit. This is the part where I should be talking about the scarcity. This is the part talking about different kind of strategies. And so once you have laid it out, then it becomes yours, it becomes really your voice and your message. So it's not just, okay, it's a copy and paste and that's it. It's just a way to get started, to get your creative juices going.
Okay, so it's more like a recipe instead of, because
Right.
I've seen some templates where literally they'll tell you just, copy and paste your business name, copy and paste your course name.
Right. No,
And
that's
it's
not,
like,
that doesn't work.
and then
Right.
there's like 100 of them out there, and people are just like, oh, she must have bought so and so's product, or she must have taken so and so's
Right.
course. But what you're saying is it's really more like a recipe for success of you need this ingredient, you need this ingredient, and if you put them together in the right order, you're going to get a really nice cake.
Right, and exactly, and you have totally a right to be, skeptical and then be careful about it, because there are so many shovel sellers out there. They have never run campaigns before. They never run advertisement. They just got a hold of some templates and they're selling it, pretending that they've been doing it for years. And then one way I can tell you to figure out if they're a shovel seller or not is, besides giving you the template, can they actually explain why it works? All the strategies in it. Why did I use this word here? And why did I use this strategy here before this strategy? If they can really explain to you, then they're not a shovel seller. So, and obviously, if you get my templates and if you join my Facebook group, we'll talk about that. And you can even, create your ad, create your script, and then post it in the Facebook group, and we'll all comment on it and let you know what we think.
Well, that's awesome. And again, so many people have been burned or just like thought they were buying something and then it turns out to be something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can vouch for the quality just because I was actually able to take the course, but I want to make sure that the folks that are asking me these questions also feel comfortable. That's like, no, this is more of a guide to help me and less of a cookie cutter approach.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right. So you always want to be careful when somebody tells you that, oh, I have this one thing that it requires no work, and then you just plug it in, and then that's it. That's not possible,
Yeah, and so kind of my motto is, if it seems too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
I love that.
Now, this is wonderful, and I am sure that there are going to be people with questions that are watching this when they get home from work or later on today. My last question is, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, is the best way to reach you through your website, runadseasy.com, or is there another way you like to connect with people?
I'm usually really active on Instagram. So if you actually went down to my website, you'll find my Instagram name. But
Excellent.
basically, my Instagram name is just Juntop Model. It's JUNTOPMODL.
Excellent. Well, this has been fascinating, and I knew it was going to be a great presentation just because the first message that I saw in your class, it's like, okay, this is somebody that I can relate to and I can learn from. And you exceeded my expectations once again. So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like we connect so well, right? It's just really based down to that. If you have the knowledge, please make it simple and fun. Like you owe it to everyone who wants to learn it, to make it simple and fun.
Yes, no, I love it. Well, hopefully we can have you back as a guest again later in the year. And in the meantime, I will continue funneling questions to you as they come in, and I'm sure they'll be posting on the video as well. So thank you so much, and thank you for spending time with us today.
All right. Happy Tuesday.
You too. Thank you.